Today on City Wrestling Radio, Jey Uso is out of WWE. We're going to give you our thoughts on Smackdown this week. CM Punk takes some more shots at Hangman Page, and, well, it's Marty Jannetty's world, and we're just living in it. All that and so much more this week on City Wrestling Radio.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hello there, and welcome back to City Wrestling Radio, August 14th, 2023. I'm your host, Korey Smith, being joined, as always, by my co-host. He's the one that, he brings the pain every single week here at City Wrestling Radio, Mr. Jose Ocegueda.
Thank you. What a kind introduction there. I'm happy to be here. How are you doing, sir?
Good. I mean, it wasn't as good as last week's, last week with the Barbie reference. I didn't even think this week. There's just so much going on. So I'm sorry for the
it was fine. It's perfectly fine.
All right. I'm good. How are you this week?
Good. A little bit exhausted because, we're over here adulting, but who isn't nowadays except you lively kids that have the future to look up to?
Well, everyone has to start somewhere, Jose, and
yes, they do. You're right.
They only have us to look at for their futures. So you're looking at it, kids.
Get yourself a couple microphones.
Get yourself a couple microphones. Go ahead and keep the figures you have now. Seriously, though, that's my one piece of advice. Just put them away. Preserve them as much as you can, because you'll thank me when you're 30 and you're selling them at a toy con.
Well, Marvel's doing this thing right now where you can actually take them out of the box. I have that zombie Iron Man behind me. Can you see it?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, you could take it out of the box and put it back in if you keep all the original stuff. Just don't rip the box, guys.
Oh, because it's the biodegradable,
it's the cardboard.
Stuff.
Yeah.
It's not plastic, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's the new Legends. You know how they pack them up and you can't see them. So I think they're meant to take out the box.
Well, have you seen the new packaging for the WWE figures coming out?
Not the newest ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's some newer ones that are coming out. They're not completely all 100% cardboard biodegradable, but they do have a very smaller window to see the figures. And a lot of people, they're not liking it, man. People who collect figures don't like not seeing what they're buying.
Well, better a small window than a completely covered cardboard box, but I'll take it.
There we go. But as much as we want to talk about toys, I didn't write any toy news down this week. We're here to talk about many things today. We'll start with Smackdown this week. Jose, what did you think of the show Smackdown this week overall?
It was the follow-up to a Major Four. It's a Major Four.
Yeah.
I wanted more. Maybe I'm over expecting. Am I being too demanding on the product?
I mean, I think they're kind of just spinning the wheels right now to see where the heck they're going, because I think they have an end goal, but there's a big gap between the end goal and now, because, let's face it, the end goal is Cody Rhodes winning that undisputed title from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And now we're sitting here. It's August. We have 2/3 of a year to go.
More. It's a little bit under half.
They were like, oh wait, we okay, let's just do Jey again, it's fine. But yeah, they're just spinning the wheels is what I'm thinking over there at SmackDown right now in WWE.
Yeah. What's next? Payback?
Yes, Payback.
Okay.
Yeah. With apparently there has been rumors of Rikishi returning to referee a match.
Rumors? He blatantly said it himself.
No, he said they weren't true. He was like,
no, after the fact, he was like, oh, sorry, different promotion. No.
It said in the flyer, it was like, come see Rikishi after or before he referees at WWE Payback. And I was just like, well, we're getting Jimmy versus Jey with Rikishi as the special guest referee, aren't we?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. This whole thing, it's like the storyline can go one of two ways. The bloodline just crumbles and Cody just picks up, the pieces of Roman Reigns and wins the title, or, hey, they could do the whole thing where the entire bloodline comes in and, tells Roman Reigns, it's like a vote of no confidence as tribal chief, get Alpha and Sika.
I thought that's what the match was about at SummerSlam, but I digress.
well, they got to spin the wheels. Come on. Anyways,
Yeah.
okay. SmackDown this week, Damage Control. Well, they broke up a match between Charlotte Flair and Asuka to start the show, ending in a no contest. This is what I think is going to end up being some sort of tag match between Charlotte and Asuka teaming against Damage Control. And then we had AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. Any thoughts? Sorry, any thoughts on Charlotte and?
I love everything Damage Control.
Yeah.
They're selling me tickets and I'm buying them. So yeah, let's go, man. I'm down for anything they do.
AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. Scarlett tried to interfere at one point. AJ hit Styles Clash, secured the victory. Jose, am I the only one that just doesn't kind of care about this feud whatsoever?
Damage Control is really doing a lot of good stuff nowadays.
No, Karrion
whatever they're
Kross
selling.
AJ.
Oh,
Karrion Kross AJ.
I mean, they've been doing this experiment with Karrion Kross for how long? They revamped, but I guess from the makers of Roman Reigns version 7.0, that's what's going to happen. I'm not into this. I love AJ to death, but Jesus, man, this whole thing is
It's funny. I did see someone post on somewhere that they were like, they pointed out on, I think, Karrion Kross's Wikipedia, he was trained by, maybe don't quote me on this because I didn't check, he might have been trained by Disco Inferno.
Oh, that explains a lot. Dig a Disco.
Next up we had Edge. He challenged Sheamus to a match for his 25th anniversary of Edge heads out there.
Ooh.
Isn't Edge like, okay, so I know you and Edge are competing for like world's like coolest dad. So I'm sorry, but like Edge is up there just like chatting with the kids while he's doing his entrance.
Okay, but does he coach soccer on Fridays? How about that?
I mean, he might do lacrosse. I could see him being a lacrosse coach.
Oh,
I can see that.
Or hockey. That's a big thing in Canada.
Yeah. Well, I could see him and Beth kind of switch off being co-coaches for the where is he from? Toronto. He said he lives in the Toronto middle school lacrosse Gator team. I don't know.
Yeah. No, Beth, I brought the orange slices last week. It's your turn.
LA Knight defeated Top Dollar. What is up with Michael Cole? What is up with Michael Cole just ripping on Top Dollar from start? Just like I don't get it at this point. Like he's rapping, or quote unquote rapping about Top Dollar losing. What is this?
I
mean, unless it's gonna go on.
Oh no, I'm thinking. The rumor is that he's looking at down the road. He sees the light at the end of the tunnel, and he's thinking about hanging it up. So maybe he's just letting it all hang out now.
I mean, it could be, but it just seems to me like that situation they did with Daniel Bryan and Michael Cole years ago when I think it led to a match between the two, right?
It may have.
May have.
They do that every once in a while. Yeah.
So LA Knight
up there. I don't know.
LA Knight defeated Top Dollar. Jose, do you get it yet?
What is there to get?
LA Knight.
Yeah, I know. What is there to get? I don't get it. Okay, the one thing I'll give him props for this. I just heard that he did all the animation for all the 2K games.
Oh, cool.
Right. Good job, guy. Good job. He's a great impersonator, so he impersonates a wrestler very well.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized I have my background video on. Oh well. Let's start over. No, I'm kidding. Let's keep going.
Jesus. So yeah, just like I said, this guy's pretty much a wrestling impersonator.
Yeah,
he does it for a living.
The one thing I get worried about with LA Knight, and it happens a lot in WWE, I think in wrestling altogether, but we do have our one-hit wonders in WWE, and I'm not trying to say that these people are never going to get success again, but you think of fads in wrestling, think of Fandango, things like that, the fans going crazy, like fans are going nuts for Fandango. Everyone's dancing and singing. Did anyone expect him to win the world title? To me, I just hope that LA Knight's not going to fall into that same category of just passing fad in WWE.
Yeah, listen, I don't wish anybody any ill will, right? I hope this guy is successful. I'm just not getting where this is at now or where it's going. I understand the fans are really, juiced about him. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, he's a loudmouth who's kind of a heel, but he's a face. He does heelish things, but he's a face. It's kind of like
Sure, but
every
he's like one neck turn away from being Stone Cold.
yeah. And he is and will the yeah chant haunt us forever? That's what I'm
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's going to turn into the next what chant. And I think someone quote me if I'm wrong. I think they either did it on Collision or AEW this week, some group of fans.
Oh boy, I didn't catch that.
So,
But it's better than what. I'll take it any day over what.
oh yeah.
I
I
think
was
what
like,
is very discouraging to especially your beginning promo kicker. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it's a
it's
lot more encouraging.
very encouraging. They're like, yeah, thanks guys.
Hey, all right,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna keep that up.
These guys are behind me. Then we had Austin Theory taking out Santos Escobar before his match as for the United States title. Austin Theory tried to get out of the match, but was it GM Adam Pearce put Rey Mysterio in the match, and Rey Mysterio went into the match to defeat Austin Theory and become the new United States champion. So, Jose, the 48-year-old Rey Mysterio wins the U.S. title, while Dominic Mysterio is the North American title. Do you see that going anywhere?
Very intriguing. Very cool addition to Dom's promos. Well, he's a deadbeat still because he's only the U.S. champion. Look at me, I got all of North America.
Yeah.
That's some good, cool talking points for a young Dom. But I would much rather see a LWO turning on
Civil War.
Ray. Yeah, kicking the leader out, a la Edge and the Judgment Day, right?
Well, history shows that LWO did not get along with Rey Mysterio back in the day. I mean, they forced him to be in the group at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He didn't want to be a part of LWO. I think he's only a part of it now because it's Eddie Guerrero. He passed away. They were buddies. I don't know if anyone knows that they were friends.
Yeah.
They
Just in
ever
case
tried
you didn't know.
Yeah. Next up, we had the main event segment. Jimmy Uso explaining his actions to his brother Jey Uso. Okay, so like I said, they are spinning the wheels. Jimmy explains what he did to prevent. He said he did what he did to prevent Jey from turning into what Roman has become, an asshole. Roman, I did appreciate Roman's overacting. While he does the fake laugh, and he's just like, I told you, I don't like this is the part where I say I told you so, and he's great, but Jey super kicks Roman, gets the spike from Solo. They brawl, then Jey goes up the ramp and super kicks Jimmy. So, Jose, what do you think of this ongoing bloodline, this angle to the ongoing bloodline saga?
I'm hoping to see maybe a three-way.
Roman, Jey, and Jimmy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. That's the only thing I can see coming out of this. Or, the struggle begins for who lands Solo as their lone partner.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like you have obviously. I mean, we talked about Rikishi earlier being rumored to being a referee in a match. I don't think he's going to referee a three. I mean, I don't see him refereeing a three-way match. I think it'd be more one-on-one, Jimmy versus Jey.
That's where it's going first. Yeah, that's where it's going first. We'll see a Survivor Series three-way, I think.
And then, it's just, to me, it's like, where does Roman go right now? Does this lead to anything at Survivor Series? Will we get a team, Team Jimmy versus Team Jey, Team Bloodline versus...
Well, we won't see Roman wrestle until Survivor Series. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm counting on, I would say is a 60% chance that he does wrestle. He will make an appearance. He will be a factor, but wrestler, I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. We'll see.
So to end the show, Jey super kicks Jimmy, and then he exclaims, "I'm out of the bloodline. I'm out of Smackdown. I'm out of the WWE." What? He quits? What?
Yeah. So apparently I hear that his contract is up in August.
It's not up and it's not. Come on.
It's they kayfabe me.
I don't know. It's just, to me, that just doesn't that's too perfect.
No, it is, and there's no way that they're going to let him go at this point.
No,
even if his contract is up.
Especially, they might be doing something where CM Punk, was it 2013 Money in the Bank when he won the title, but then his contract expired at the end of the night. He left for 2 weeks. started showing up here and there, and then eventually he came back after re-signing with the company.
Mhm.
You know, I can see something like that. You know, uh, maybe Jimmy being attacked on the way to the arenas every week, and then all of a sudden,
By a hooded figure dressed in all
yeah,
black and red sneakers. Yeah.
Jay gets Jay gets re-signed by Adam Pierce because you
Mhm.
know
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
that's what he did. So I mean, I could see it going that way, but I mean, we only have I think 3 weeks until payback.
Mhm.
So I think it's not the second September 2nd, but the week after September 9th, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be
Yeah,
back.
yeah, because we have 3 weeks. Remember, we have 3 weeks in a row of pay-per-views. We have All Out, All In, and then Payback. Yeah, and and to me that's a little much.
Yeah. Dude, AEW's overdoing it right now. Just saying.
You know, well, you know, I think so. I think so. I think so, especially with the All Out taking place a week after All In as well. I think they should have just went All In
Yeah.
and not have done All Out. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's tradition. It doesn't make sense to me unless they're making a shitload of money, you know.
They must. Yeah.
Next up in the news this week, we do got some news out of Japan.
Japan. Nippon. Ichiban. Japan number
Uh,
one.
Tetsuya Naito secured his third G1 Climax victory this weekend in a hard-fought match against Kazuchika Okada at Sumo Hall. Naito won by delivering 3 Destinos and pinning Okada, earning the opportunity to challenge Sonata or whoever the champion is for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 18. January 4th, 2024. After his win, Naito was challenged by Jeff Cobb, who had defeated Naito earlier in the tournament. Naito's path to victory included victories over Hikuleo, Will Ospreay in the quarterfinals and in the semifinals, respectively. Naito's previous G1 wins were in 2013 and 2017. A lot of people thought he was past his prime, but now he's seemingly going to Wrestle Kingdom to challenge Sonata. Jose, I mean, what are you like? I know I'm not going to ask you specifically about the G1 because both you and I didn't really watch it, I would say, at all.
G1 is always an effing marathon, so I don't have time to cram all that in. Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But what are your current thoughts on New Japan in general? Like, does this Naito win spark interest of you tuning in to some more New Japan?
Yeah, probably not. I watch it as much as I usually do, which is at the major events. Sitting this one out.
Yeah. It's hard, like, especially when you have, like we just said, 3 weeks of pay-per-views in a row. Where are we when you have a full-time job, and you have other, goals in life,
Yeah, yeah.
to be an award-winning podcast host.
I mean, we have inspirations, right? I love everything Will Ospreay's doing, though. I'll say that.
Changing the
Jeff Cobb is dope. I love watching him do his thing.
Did you see Will Ospreay changing the United States title to the United Kingdom
UK,
title?
yeah, it's dope. I
Yeah.
love it. Excellent. Mwah. Let's go.
Might as well keep it that way. I'm a little bummed. I did like that title. I was there when they crowned Kenny Omega as the first US IWGP champion. I do love the title design, but they didn't change it at all. It's just, replacing the red, white, and blue. Well, I guess it's red, white, and blue still, but the American flag with the Union Jack is what they call
Union
it.
Jack. Yeah, Union Jack. Yep.
So, but we were talking about AEW, a little bit more news on AEW this week because CM Punk has apparently taken some shots at the expense of the former AEW champion Hangman Page.
What?
So Punk, after as a post-collision promo, Punk referred to Page as a peg warmer. Because he's pointed out how when he walked into the local Walmart, he said Page's action figures remain unsold on store shelves, unlike Punk's merchandise, which reportedly had strong sales. The tension between the two stems, from the May 2022 Double or Nothing build, where they kind of went back and forth in a promo, kind of blurring the lines of reality and shoot and work, quote unquote. I will say this though, AEW figures, they they're not, people don't like them as much as WWE figures,
Yeah, they're
and
not. They're a little bit more. I don't want to say simple, but they're more sincere
I think
in
they're
their display.
more cartoony, I think.
Sure.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
um, but and Punk, you can't compare your merchandise to toy sales. Like that's two completely different things. Like I'm sure
Hmm.
there's a million. I'm sure or Hangman is making money off his t-shirts. Maybe not as much as Punk. I will definitely take that bet. But I don't know, Jose, because to me, it seems like we're seeing more storylines in AEW blur this line between work and shoot. And like last week, we were just talking about Bash at the Beach 2000, and you kind of saw how that went. Do you think this is a smart idea for AEW to continuously blur the lines, or could it backfire in their face?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that's been happening since the beginning of time. Bruno San Martino, every match he had was a working shoot. This is it is what it is,
Yeah.
and it's gonna remain this way till even after we're long gone.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm hella down. I love all that stuff.
Especially with the and I'm sticking to my guns, and I will say from day one, the Elite Punk stuff was a work. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, you can call me what you will, you could say you don't work in the industry, you don't know anything. Sure, I don't know anything, but from 30, how old am I? 36. 35 years of watching pro wrestling,
Hmm.
I was calling matches when I was fucking 6 years old. I was
Yeah.
like, clothesline, duck. He's gonna jump over him, and now he's gonna throw him. Stunner, 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
So
Oh, I know why Hogan came in with his eye all black and red.
yeah, see, I knew that as a kid. I was like, well, they were at the breakfast the day before, and Macho Man punched him in the face because Elizabeth went to his house. That would be great if we had like a show where kids explained things like that.
Oh yes, keep it a secret. You gotta edit that out, man. Someone go take that idea.
I know. So yeah, no, I mean, I like the storylines. If you're getting caught up in it so much, because I've seen some people online saying things like, it's really making them look like a mess backstage because we're hearing one thing and then we're hearing another. Like it's pro wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
Did
mean?
you see Conan comment on that?
No, I didn't.
Man, there's like 10 employees at Starbucks. Do you think they don't have beef with one another? At least 1 out of 10. So yeah, man, it's like any working environment.
But you know what?
Especially wrestling.
But you know what? They're all putting on a work for the customer.
There you go. There you go. This is for the customer.
It's all a show.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So especially in a competitive business like professional wrestling, you're gonna have attitudes and you're gonna have egos, and everybody's trying to be the top star. They are. It's a good thing to have a little animosity between people. I mean, some of the best matches have come out of there.
Absolutely. I mean, so back in the day, a lot of WCW. We're about to watch some WCW this next month for a retro review. So, I mean, yeah, I like it. I love it. I can't wait until we get the Kenny Omega CM Punk for the title, because Kenny Omega's going to beat the shit out of Punk. I just can't wait to see that. Not that I dislike, I love Kenny Omega.
Me too.
So, next up in the news, we got some updates on possible returns to WWE. First off, everyone's favorite Nia Jax. She remains uncertain about her potential return to the company, as she discussed in a conversation with Bill Apter. Despite the uncertainty, though, she's actively training in preparation for the possibility, mentioning that her training at Devon Dudley's ring and drills with Natalia and TJ Wilson. Rumors within WWE have sparked talks about her comeback. She has mentioned occasional ring sessions with friends like Charlotte Flair and Charlotte's husband. I believe his name is Andrade, which I don't know. I've heard some rumors lately. They might be might be on the rocks right now.
Oh no!
But that's just rumors. That's personal life. So, but that's just what I heard.
Not me, Reina.
I mean. Anyways, Jax's last appearance was in WWE for the 30th entrant at the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble, where everyone just all together groaned out loud. When asked about her return to WWE, Jax stated that she doesn't have a definite answer, sharing that she's currently enjoying her time at home with her family. She did mention her newfound interest in Pilates. Oh,
Good for you. Good for you.
and recently she purchased a 40-acre farm in Florida, or sorry,
Hmm.
Florida, where she plans to have animals and dogs in the future.
And a dog is an animal. Okay.
I think that was just the way I rewrote the story,
Okay.
or ChatGPT rewrote the story, one of the two.
Uh-oh.
But Jose, what do you think about Nia Jax coming back?
My mama said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But
Yeah,
we do have a podcast, so I have to say something, right? Okay, Naya, get the bag. Come back, get paid. Just try to stay away from that personal stuff on screen, because that shit that you pulled with Charlotte was horrid. And it was torture for us.
yeah, and I think they're. I mean, I hate to put it like this, but I think in WWE to be on top, you have to just consistently grind, and you have to consistently be patient.
Hmm.
Because if you just think you're just gonna get pushed to the top and then you don't, and then you get angry,
Mhm.
it only is going to lead to a downfall and a back and forth between you and management, and that's with any job.
Yeah.
So I say if she goes back to WWE, listen to everything around her, take in everything, train as much as she can, and just try not to fucking injure anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not trying to, but there's a few of them.
Mm-hmm. There's been
There's a few.
some loose fist make women the man.
Next up, also, possible return soon. Bray Wyatt, who hasn't competed in WWE since February due to an undisclosed illness, seems to be getting closer to making his return to WWE. Wyatt has been under careful medical evaluation by the company and himself to ensure his long-term health. The severity of his illness was disclosed to be both career and life-threatening, as reported by Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter. Plans have suggested for Wyatt's potential comeback next month, contingent on his medical clearance. In the past month, Wyatt's return was teased. In the past, not in the past month. In the past, Wyatt's return with the QR codes, broadcast, yada yada. We all remember that because they were fun until his actual return, and then it was weird, and not in a fun way.
No.
Jose, what are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt possibly coming back? Do you really think he can be a top guy? He
Yes.
has been before. He's been the WWE champion before.
He can. And you know what? WWE and Cody Rhodes really need him right now. He needs to be the extra foil to come out, because who else do you have as a barrier for Cody? He has nothing to overcome right now.
A barrier or someone for him afterwards?
Both. I mean, that's a good point too.
Because I still think, you're going to need a long line of challengers after Cody.
Oh, I mean, you have a AJ dream match. You have a Shinsuke dream match. You have who else?
I think Gunther should be the first challenger.
There you go.
You have the classic.
I don't see first, because first usually means you're just a dinner. You're dinner for the champion. First defense. That's who you are. So hold off on Gunther. But yeah, Cody needs somebody, and this is perfect timing if he's coming back soon.
Dolph Ziggler maybe for his first defense then.
Jesus Christ. How dare you?
I mean, he is the gatekeeper, but I see what you're saying. Because Wyatt, I mean, I could see him back with the company, but they need to put him with some sort of stable. They need to give him some sort of pathway. They need to have some sort of plan for him in the long run. And, the last time he was there, like I said, it started kind of cool with the QR codes and the little snippets here and there, little monsters popping up behind the scenes everywhere. But then when he actually came back, it just kind of led to nothing. There was
it did. Damn, I remember we were juiced about it. We were super, into it. We had Halloween plans, and they just let that slip through their fingers. Like Halloween was a perfect pull. They didn't pull the trigger. Yeah.
And Uncle Howdy, you remember him?
Uncle Bo Howdy, yes.
So that's one thing, although you are frozen right now. There you go.
Oh, wait, no, that's just me being like,
yeah, I know. All right. So before we get out of here, we got one more thing we got to talk about, and that's this week's Dark Side of the Ring,
Hell of an episode. Whoa.
which was by far, I think, the most depressing episode because it was literally about
This
a
season,
guy.
sure.
It was just constant addiction, constant struggles with life. But Marty Jannetty, was it the life of Marty Jannetty, or the world according to Marty Jannetty is what they called him.
Yeah.
What did you think of this episode, Jose?
Whoa. I mean, I knew things were bad. I didn't know they were that bad.
Yeah.
Jeez, that leg, man. Did you see that wound? It was like an open wound on his right knee or his foot. His foot.
Yeah, when
Man,
he could touch it and like it sends pain up. I don't know.
They said, I don't know how this guy's living with pain. And he's trying to do dates.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it chronicles his kind of entire career, starting off with the Rockers, with Shawn Michaels, and their struggles as a team, how they used to party on the road. What do you say? Like, we were on the road 300 days a year, we would be partying 290 of them.
Yeah.
And their breakup in WWE and how Shawn Michaels, apparently Marty Jannetty just beat the shit out of Shawn Michaels
in the hallway. Yeah.
In the hallway. And I don't know, man.
But first, Marty Jannetty got thrown out the window, and it was like a one-story window, and he came jumping back into the room. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you."
Have you ever seen that movie? Was it High School High?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that scene where he gets thrown out the window. He's like, ah.
Yeah.
But it was like the first floor. Yeah, man. But at the same time, it was literally just like shaking my head the entire time because it was just like he refers to himself. What was it? God's what did he call himself? God's amusement toy.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And everyone's just like, dude, you need to take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah.
And the constant arrest, constant I believe, some, substance use. And yeah, man, like I said, it was one of those things that you just see somebody throw away a kind of career, and it kind of sucks for the guy.
Yeah. You think we're seeing a little bit of a mixture between, the drugs, the alcohol, maybe the bumps to the head, a little CTE, because he has an addiction to lying, it looks like.
To what?
To lying.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He tells stories and he just, invents shit up just to do it. So I'm thinking that might be, head injury related, maybe. I don't know. I'm just speculating. My bad.
Well, no, I mean, I think you're referring to a lot of the, when he started kind of putting out all those Facebook updates and all those Twitter updates.
Right.
Saying things like, oh, I found out she's not my daughter. She's so hot. What would you guys do? Like, and he adamantly denies posting that, although
it's hacked.
Yeah. Then the stuff about him saying that like he killed somebody who tried to molest him when he was 14.
Right.
And they even went into it a little bit, like they were like, hypothetically speaking, he took them to the bowling alley where it hypothetically happened. But there was ever any records of it. I don't think they ever found it, thought anyone was missing at that time. The police looked into it. There wasn't anything of it. And like I said, I think it's all just him. I can't say, whatever, but
he embellishes the truth. I totally would believe that situation did happen. But when there was a dark spot in his memory. So he thinks he killed the guy, but he really just, maybe bashed him in the head. Dude got passed out, woke up the next morning like, oh, fuck, I gotta get out of here. And, that's why they can't find the guy, because he just got up and left.
Well, if the guy tried to molest a 14-year-old, then
probably
deserved it. But
not probably, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely did. But yeah, man, it was just one of those episodes I was kind of like, shaking my head. I really would love to hear Shawn Michaels' take on the whole situation.
Oh, I was asking myself that whole, please, somebody get Shawn Michaels on here, but we're never going to hear his side.
Yeah,
and who would believe him too, though?
Yeah, I mean, they had some, a lot of people who were close to Marty, but then it was just all the same from everyone. They were just like, you know what, like he's a good guy, but he fucks himself over, and he doesn't take responsibility for himself. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's a story that's been told.
So I think that does it for Dark Side of the Ring. Like for this
that's
season,
the end of the
right?
season. Yeah, that's it.
What did you think of this season, kind of overall?
Middle school season, not as good as last one, but
Yeah.
you know, it was good. I learned some stuff I never knew, and then I got to relive a lot of really cool stuff that happened, or not so cool. I don't know. I can't decide. Bash at the Beach was cool when it happened, but then afterwards, I'm like, oh, it was a sour taste in my mouth. What?
Hey, bro, listen. Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
get him on the show one of these days.
Yeah, we do.
Well, that about does it here for us here at City Wrestling Radio. We'll be back again next week, whatever day it is. I don't know. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll be back next week, though.
We'll be back.
For City Wrestling Radio, I am Korey Smith.
I am your leader. Follow me everywhere. No, I'm kidding. I am Jose Ocegueda. Goodbye, everybody.
And we will see you again next week. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.